Okay. Good morning, children. So today, for 8th class students, first online class, I think. Okay. So today I'll start first chapter, which is rational numbers. Okay. Before going that, chapter 1, rational numbers. So before going that, I would like to explain about first set of numbers. What are the first set of numbers you have? It is natural numbers. Okay, so natural numbers, and you know natural numbers means which are denoted by n and starts from 1, 2 and so on. So this is the first set of numbers you have. In from primary classes you have learned about natural numbers. Then what is the next set of numbers do you have? Whole numbers. Whole numbers which can be written, which are denoted by W, and here one more digit is added for whole numbers. That is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And then you have integers, in which you have negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. Negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. So here for natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. What is the, if you observe here, natural numbers are subset of whole numbers and whole number is a subset of integers. So now all these numbers, all are subset of rational numbers, which is the next set of numbers you are going to learn. Okay, these are all the subset of rational numbers. That means all the natural numbers are rational numbers, all the whole numbers are rational numbers, and all the integers are also rational numbers. Okay, so then what are rational numbers? How can you say all these numbers are rational numbers? How can you say? So for that I will give you the definition first, and then you can find out how we are saying that rational numbers are rational numbers, and whole numbers are rational numbers, and integers are also rational numbers. How we are saying that? Okay. So now see. A number which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P comma Q are integers and Q not equal to 0 and Q not equal to 0. See, a number which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. How we are saying P by Q means, see, two integers, P and Q must be integers, and 2 is an integer and 3 is an integer. Now the number which can be written like this, 2 by 3 is a rational number, 3 by 4 is also a rational number, minus 4 by 5 is also a rational number, and minus 6 by 3 is also a rational number. Okay, these are all rational numbers only. Now, how can you say a natural number? Natural number is also a rational number. See, if you consider 3. Now, 3 can also be written as 3 by 1. 3 can also be written as 3 by 1. That's why we are saying that natural numbers are also rational numbers. And then whole numbers are also rational numbers. And then integers are also rational numbers. Why? Because those all can be written in the form of P by Q. If you consider the denominator as 1, all are in the form of P by Q. Now they have given that Q not equal to 0. Why they are saying that Q not equal to 0? Why can't be it 0? Okay, so let us see one more example to see why we are saying that they are not equal to 0. See, if you consider 3 by 0. 3 by 0. Now, if you observe here, 3 by 0 means nothing but 3 is divided by 0. Now, can you divide a number by 0? Is it possible to divide a number by 0? No. So, it is not at all defined. Not defined. So, when you consider q as 0, what you are getting? It's not defined you are getting. That's why they particularly mentioned that q must not be equal to 0. Q 0 assale undoddu. Okay. So, the numbers which can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0, are called rational numbers. Now, rational numbers are, it is denoted by q. Now, see, for rational numbers we are taking n, for whole numbers we are taking w, and for integers we are taking I. But for rational numbers, why we are taking q? Do you know? Why? Because q means quotient number. Q means quotient number. See, p by q means p divided by q. When you divide p by q, what will you get? The answer is quotient only. When you divide a divided by divisor, what will you get? The answer is quotient. So you are getting all the quotients. That's why it is denoted by q. Remember that. Okay. So this can be written as q is equal to p by q, such that p comma q belongs to I and q not equal to 0. This is the set for rational number set. Okay. So in this p by q, you will get all the natural numbers, all the whole numbers, and all the integers, and including fractional numbers. All those will come under rational number set. Now, so you know now rational numbers are so. Next concept of rational numbers is whether they follow the properties of some properties we have on for every number set we have some properties. What are those? You know already in 6th and 7th class you have learned about the properties. What are they? First, closure property, commutative property, and then associative property, and in the last you have a distributive property. Okay. So coming to, so we'll all learn about all those properties. Okay. In all the classes we will complete those properties. So now first I'll explain about closure property. What is closure property? What is the definition of closure property? So first I'll give you verbally. See, when you consider a set, let it whatever it is, a set. If you consider a set S, and from that if you consider any two elements A and B, and if the addition of those two is also a rational, is also belongs to that set, consider a set, and from that set you have taken two elements, and when you add those two elements, if you are getting the same element of a set only, same that a set only, element of that set. And when you subtract those two, if you are getting the same element of the set, and when you multiply, if you are getting the same number of set, and if you divide also, if you are getting same, then we can say that they all are, the set follows closure property, or the set is closed under that particular operation. Okay, this may be all confusing if I say like this. Okay, so I'll write you. Property. What is the first property you have? Closure property. Now, so let S is a set. Let S is a set. If A comma B belongs to S and A also belongs to set S. See here, this is called binary operation symbol. The symbol is binary operation symbol. That means in place of this, we can consider plus, minus, into, and divided by. All the four operations comes here. Okay. So I am considering it as binary operation. Instead of writing all the operations, I consider this as the binary operation symbol. Okay. A dot B must be belongs to set S. Then S is closed under that operation. This is general definition of closure property. General definition of closure property. If you consider a set S and if you consider two elements of set S, and when you add those two, if that also belongs to set S, and when you subtract, the difference is also belongs to set S, and when you multiply, the product also belongs to set S, and when you divide, the quotient also belongs to set S, means we can say that the set is closed under that particular operation. So now here set S, what is the set for what we are considering here? For what we are checking whether that is following closure property or not is rational numbers. So now I'll explain for rational numbers whether rational numbers are closed under addition, under subtraction, under multiplication and under division. Okay, we'll see whether rational numbers follows closure property under all these operations or not. Okay, so coming to first I'll consider under addition. Under addition, addition. So consider any two elements of rational number. So I'll take 2 by 3 comma 3 by 4 belongs to Q. This is A and this is B. Go for A plus under addition no. So consider A plus B. Means add 2 by 3 plus 3 by 4. Now here see what will you get? 2 by 3 plus 3 by 4. Right here the LCM of 3 and 4. See, this is nothing but fraction addition. These two are unlike fractions. So when you have unlike fractions, what you have to do, you should consider the LCM of denominators. And what are the LCM of denominators? See, 3 and 4 are the denominators. And what is the LCM of denominators here? 3 and 4. The LCM is 12. Right ones. Now 3 4s are 12. So when you are multiplying the denominator with 4, you have to multiply the numerator also by 4. And here 4 3s are 12 and here also 3. Now 4 2s are 8 plus 3 3s are 9. What did you get? 17 by 12. Now 17 by 12, which is in the form of P by Q. This is in the form of P by Q. That means this also belongs to rational numbers. So when you consider two rational numbers and when you added those two rational numbers, again you got a rational number. Again you got a rational number. That means, therefore, rational numbers are closed under addition. Rational numbers are closed under addition. Rational numbers are closed under the addition. Now this is under addition we have checked. Now I'll go for subtraction. Subtraction. Next one is subtraction. Again consider 2 by 3 comma 3 by 4 belongs to Q. This is A and this is B. Now under subtraction, see, under addition means we have considered A plus B. Now under subtraction means what you have to do, you should consider A minus B. You have to consider A minus B. Now subtract it. 2 by 3 minus 3 by 4. This is same. 12. 3 fours, 2 fours, 4 threes, 3 threes. 8 minus 9 minus 1 by 12. Again minus 1 by 12, which is the rational number, belongs to Q. Again, when you consider two rational numbers, when you subtracted those two, you got a rational number only. That means rational numbers are closed under subtraction. rational numbers are closed under subtraction. Okay. So under addition they are closed, under subtraction also they are closed. Now we have two more operations, multiplication and division. Okay. So we'll check in that also whether they are closed under multiplication or not, whether they are closed under division or not. Okay. Multiplication. Again consider any two rational numbers. I will go with 3 by 4 comma 4 by 7, A and B. 3 by 4 and 4 by 7 both are rational numbers, and when you consider these two numbers, under multiplication means what you have to do, you have to multiply those two, A into B. So A is 3 by 4 into 4 by 7. 3 by 4 into 4 by 7. 4 will be cancelled. 3 by 7 which is also belongs to Q. 3 by 7 is also a rational number. So, therefore, rational numbers are closed under multiplication. Rational numbers are closed under multiplication. Now go for division. Last operation, the division. So here I consider 1 by 2 and 0. 1 by 2 is a rational number, 0 is also a rational number. Why? Because 0 can also be written as 0 by 1. Now go for this is A and this is B. For division means what you have to consider? A divided by B. A divided by B. 1 by 2 divided by 0. Now see, can you divide a number by 0? Previously only I have explained you. When you divide a number by 0, is it possible to divide it? No. So what you have to write? This is not at all defined. Not defined. So you didn't get any rational number here. When you are dividing two rational numbers, you are not getting a rational number. That means rational numbers are not closed under division. Rational numbers are not closed under division. So, what did you observe here? So, when you consider closure property for rational numbers are closed under addition, rational numbers are closed under subtraction, rational numbers are closed under multiplication, but rational numbers are not closed under division. That means when you divide two rational numbers, always you are not going to get a rational number. You may get any other number also. Okay. So that is about closure property. And the next property is commutative property, and that property, commutative and associative property, I will explain you in the next class. Okay.